What just happened here?
We can't go any farther than this. We have to start walking. These kids are dying for lack of hope because people have given up on them. And the more we can instill hope in these families, the more they will try because they know that it'll succeed. Even us, it can feel hopeless and endless because we see the need without having the resources to do what we need to do. And yet, this is what it's about, is giving them hope.
And this is going to us to feed the little kids we saw yesterday. It will take them some time feeding on this. So far what you have bought, it's worth the American dollar. That will be like about $20.
Village to Village is a network of people, both in the industrialized world and in Sorare itself, that care for these children and want them to succeed. They're volunteers in the United States. They're volunteers here in Sorare and Soroti. They're churches and community groups and schools that are all helping us reach out and meet these needs that we see so desperately so that we can be taking children that are not in a situation to eat lunch and be in school and make them be able to succeed, to provide books for them, to give them medical care. This is our land we've had for a couple of years now. One of our donors gave us money to purchase land to build the kind of center that we need for 50 and more children. As we keep adding children, there's so much need in this community. We had built a latrine, which we just thought was practical, but it ended up making a huge impact on the community. We were role models in sanitation. We thought we were just being practical, but some little things sometimes make a big difference in a small village. Our children come and have a meal every school day, and then there's a Saturday program where they're fed as well. Most kids weren't eating at home at all. They're having a traditional meal of posho and beans, which is one of our favorites when we visit. It's ground corn cooked with water. And it's kind of like a very, very thick cream of wheat, only it's made of corn, or like a polenta that's very thick. And it's served with beans. The beans are cooked with tomatoes and onions, and it's delicious. Every Saturday, the children gather here with the staff and the volunteers, and they read, and they do crafts, they sing, they dance, they play games together. They just become a community. They're in school all day, every day, and so Saturday is the best time to get together, to connect with each other, and to get some extra tutoring help, but also to make sure that they get to eat on the weekend. Sometimes there's 100 kids in a classroom here, so there's no way to get individual help. So we're trying to give our kids a good start so that they get a chance to succeed in school.
Lion, lion, monkey, monkey, dog, dog, zebra, zebra, elephant, elephant.
When Kakokolo heard the news about the Kavaka's condition, he quickly came to the place. The Kavaka, open the gate for me.
James called when he was in Vermont as a camp counselor, and he wanted to go to church, and he hadn't found a church nearby the camp. So he called and asked for directions to walk to our church. That impressed my husband, who was a pastor, because it's hard to get people at a church on a Sunday morning. Nobody's offered to walk 16 miles to come. He came and sat with our family, and I remember Joshua just looking at his hands. He kept looking at his hand on this side and then looking at was darker on this side all the way through the service. And I was looking at James to see, would he be offended or insulted? And he just loved it. He was So we brought him home for lunch that day. On the way home, he was telling me stories about his country, because I knew where it was on a map, but that was about it. In fact, we had talked about doing missionary service, and at the time we said, but we were afraid to go to Africa, so anywhere but Africa. But God brought Africa to us. I guess he really wanted us here. When you're supporting Village to Village, these kids are who you're supporting. The impact that your finances can have on these children's future is amazing. And these are the kind of practical things we're trying to do with them to make a difference in the life of themselves and also their families and their communities. Your support can put future in their vocabulary.